Are you interested in getting into PC gaming from console gaming? Well, I've got 5 best tips that I want to share along with my overall experience coming right up. Hey, what's going on guys? Tech Savvy Buyer here, and on this channel I do tech reviews, build tutorials, tips and tricks videos similar like the one you're going to watch right now. And if it suits the video, I always like to rate my reviews on a scale of buy new, wait for sale, buy used, or don't bother. And if this is your first time to the channel, consider subscribing. So you're convinced that PC gaming is what you want to do. Well, here's tip number 1. Be prepared to spend over $500 if you want to build a rig that's better than any modern console out there. If you want an experience that's better than any gaming console out there, well, you're going to have to put most of your budget towards the PC graphic card that you choose to buy, because that is arguably one of the most important factors of any gaming rig. An NVIDIA GTX 1070 is a graphics card that retails for an MSRP of $379, but it can get you resolutions of 1440p at 60 frames per second on ultra settings for most games across the board. Tip number 2. Use a keyboard and mouse whenever possible. If you want to get the best experience playing on a PC, well then simply stated, you gotta learn how to use a keyboard and mouse. It can be challenging at first, but once you overcome that barrier to learn it, it's probably one of the most smoothest experiences you'll ever experience when using a PC. While you still can use a controller from an Xbox One or a PS4, there's nothing in comparison to using a mouse and keyboard, especially in competitive shooter games like Call of Duty, CSGO, and games of that nature generally. There are so many options out there ranging from $15 to $200, but it really just boils down to, are you a competitive gamer and are you looking for something that's got the lowest input lag, lowest latency? Those are things that are going to cost you a little bit more when it comes to selecting the right keyboard and mouse that work for you and what you're looking to do for it. Tip number 3, don't buy games at retail price. One of the best parts of gaming on PC is that you can find games for almost dirt cheap when you look around a little bit hard enough. You can head over to websites like G2A.com, GOG.com, GreenManGaming.com, HumbleBundle.com, or you can wait for some of the amazing Steam sales that come on during seasons. So like there's a winter sale, there's a Halloween sale, there's an autumn sale, I think, which is the same. But either way, there's always a good deal to be had if you look around for it long enough. Again, don't pay retail prices for games that you don't need to be paying for. There is a plethora of games that can be found at cheaper costs if you just look around hard enough. And in the end, that'll save you so much more money versus buying $60 games on consoles. Tip number 4, don't buy a pre-built gaming PC. One of the best parts of getting into PC gaming is that you're able to build this machine all by yourself. And let me tell you, it is the most amazing experience when you put all your parts together, build that rig, load up your first game. That experience is something that is inexplainable, and there's no console on the face of this earth that can match that experience. Aside from the self-pride and happiness that comes along with building a PC, you'll also save out on a lot more cost versus if you buy a pre-built gaming PC. And that's simply because you're not paying anyone to go ahead and put the labor in or the fees associated with putting that stuff together, marketing it, retailing it, and having it shipped out to you at your doorstep, or even picking it up from like your nearest Best Buy. So do yourself a favor, get your hands dirty, get in the experience of building the PC yourself, because I promise you, you're not going to regret it, and it's going to be one of the most fun parts of getting into PC gaming. Plus, there are plenty of videos on YouTube for new beginners for getting into PC gaming on how to build a new gaming rig. You can head over to Paul's Hardware, Bitwit's channel, or even Jay's 2 Cents. They have an amazing collection of videos on how you can build your first PC, and it's actually what I used to watch before I got into getting my first PC built. Tip number 5, invest in a good gaming monitor. Not all monitors are the same. So you'll quickly learn that there's a bunch of different jargon that comes into the monitor scheme when you get into this industry and you start playing around with what works for you. So you'll hear things like 60 Hertz, 100 Hertz, different types of resolutions, which I'm sure you guys already know what those stand for. But in many cases, it can vary across the board, and prices can definitely go sky high when you're looking for the top of the line monitors that support the highest resolutions and at the highest frame rates. But you really want to be looking for something that matches what your graphic card can do. So I wouldn't advise that you get a monitor that's insanely fast with the highest resolution if your graphic card can't even push past 2K resolution or 1440p. But if you have a graphics card that can support 4K resolution, maybe it's a wise choice to get a 4K monitor to pair along with that and actually take advantage of all the horsepower that you're putting into your gaming rig. From my experience, however, the higher frame rate that the monitor has, the better the overall experience is, and I guarantee you'll see a huge difference when you game on PC versus gaming on console. My overall experience from switching from console gaming to PC gaming has been nothing short of amazing. I used to play consoles for more than 8 to 10 hours a week, and now I barely put any hours a week into my consoles. PC gaming has opened up a new perspective to gaming and has created a new experience that I wasn't getting on any console that is currently available in the market, which even includes the new Xbox One X. I spent a lot more than $500 on my build in total, but I can easily play any game at 4K resolution, 60 frames per second at ultra settings. So it really comes down to what you really want to achieve out of your build, because that will dictate how much you will need to spend. In my case, I was chasing getting the nicer graphics and the smoother frame rates, so my budget definitely exceeded the $500 range, which I've been talking about in this video. But that brings us to the end of this video, and please feel free to subscribe if you haven't already if you enjoy watching videos similar to the one I just made. Feel free to share your tips and comments in the comment section below, as you'll help out others who are also visiting, and it's just going to expand the growing gaming community at once.